At 7:49 from the Gee Ursula Show, weekdays 9 to noon here on Cairo News Radio. It's G. Scott. Hello.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning to you. It's good to see you, too.
So you want to talk religion. I was saying there are some forbidden dinner table topics and politics, religion, and so I'm nervous for this conversation. This is a tough one because you're calling out the Southern Baptist Convention, a denomination that has been known as the evangelical Christian arm of the Baptist Church. They're expelling 5 churches from their convention because those churches appointed women as pastors.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very strict reading of scriptures. In fact, I grew up in an evangelical home, and I can't point to a direct scripture that says women shouldn't be pastors. I know there's a lot of this one kind of maybe, but
sure.
Can you point to one?
Sure. No, I cannot. We are really talking about this in June of 2023. And there's a lot of folks that's like, oh, things are getting so much better in this country. Are they? Why does there seem to be this constant attack on someone in this country? It needs to just stop. But going with this right here, with this leadership thing, to say that a church can't be really technically a Southern Baptist because a woman can't affirm others or leadership and to not be in the role because you're not a man is I can't believe it is hard to talk about today that we're still dealing with this stuff. And these are people that claim to be doing the work or doing the will of God and doing good work and being a good steward of the word and of the world, and you're still having or pointing to or trying to show scripture that shows that these people don't belong and these people don't belong and this woman should not be a pastor.
Well,
and
let them. I say let them, because the more churches they lose, the more money they lose, the more members they lose, and they'll become smaller and smaller until they're insignificant, right? That's what you get to do. You talk about why are we still talking about this? Why are we 2 steps forward, 1 step back? That's how it's always worked, right? And as a woman, looking at this going, yeah, that about lines up with all the different churches I've tried out and tried to, conform with, and then you go, oh, you're a woman, so you can't do it. And I'm like, okay, I can't be in that church. Just let them lose members of their church. Let them lose the support of why people really want to go to church and have religion is to love and be loved. Right? Let them kill themselves slowly.
I hear that. I think the other side, the drawback to that, are a lot of people that go to church. Maybe when I like church, right? I really do.
Yeah.
I liked going with my grandma back in the day. That's how I started going. I think that the vast majority of people that do go to church, they might not be well versed in the word, or they might not know the Bible, but they just like to go hey, I like the good word that the pastor has given, the nice message for the week. I like being around the congregation. So maybe you don't know the scripture the way a lot of others do. And I think what ends up happening, Colleen, is it stops people when they hear things like this. It makes them never want to go.
Yeah.
And that's where Christianity and all that stuff, that's where they lose. The church loses when you're and you're right. I hear what you're saying. Hey, just keep doing it. You're going to lose churches.
Yeah.
Not only will you lose churches, and of course churches are made of people, you lose people that could possibly come in there and do even better, but they decide not to because of, oh, by the way, we don't want women to be a pastor.
Yeah. G. Scott, thank you very much for respectfully talking religion with us this morning. We appreciate it.
We try.
It's hard.